things. They want to see the White House, the Capitol, all that other kind of stuff. But for a long time, let me say this, I had kind of regrets. I thought of all.
Lynda Tate Randle, born on February 7, 1962, in Washington, D.C., grew up in a deeply Christian family where faith and music were inseparable. From a young age, her home was filled with hymns and gospel songs, shaping her natural musical talent and fostering a profound spiritual connection. Raised by a disciplined father and a nurturing mother, Lynda was encouraged to use her voice as a means of honoring God. Despite facing the challenges of urban life in D.C., she credits these experiences for deepening her faith and inspiring the authenticity and resilience that define her music today. Lynda's journey as a gospel singer and songwriter is rooted in her unwavering commitment to faith, love, and community. Early life and musical beginnings. Lynda Tate Randle was born on February 7, 1962, in Washington, D.C., to a deeply Christian family. She grew up in a household where music and faith were integral parts of daily life, laying the foundation for her future career as a gospel singer and songwriter. Her parents, strong in their Christian values, emphasized the importance of hard work, community, and most importantly, faith. The Randle family home often reverberated with the sounds of hymns and gospel music, creating an environment that nurtured Lynda's natural musical ability from a very young age. Her father, a man who instilled discipline and faith, was a constant presence in her life, while her mother, a loving and nurturing figure, was the pillar who supported and encouraged Lynda's dreams. Lynda's upbringing, rich with the spirit of gospel music, often saw her singing in the church choir, a place where she felt a deep connection to both God and the community around her. She was inspired by the power of gospel music to bring healing and hope, both in her own life and to others. Her mother played a pivotal role in cultivating Lynda's love for music and taught her early on that her voice was not just a gift, but a responsibility to honor God. Growing up in Washington, D.C., Lynda faced the typical challenges of urban life. While the streets of D.C. posed their own set of difficulties, they also provided her with a unique perspective on life and faith. Lynda often credits the trials she faced in her youth as essential in shaping the depth and authenticity of her music. The harsh realities of life in the city, coupled with the unwavering faith instilled in her by her parents, led Lynda to develop a resilient spirit, one that would serve her well throughout her career and personal life. A calling in musical education. Lynda's formative years were marked not only by personal struggles but also by a growing sense of purpose and calling. As a teenager, she began to feel the weight of her gift, recognizing that her love for music was not just a hobby, but a divine calling. She pursued this calling through formal education, enrolling in Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. There, she honed her musical skills and deepened her understanding of ministry, finding a place where both her passion for music and her commitment to faith could grow in tandem. At Liberty University, Lynda's voice and musical talent were further refined, but it was also here that she began to experience the stirring of a deeper connection to her spiritual calling. She sensed God leading her toward using her music not just as a form of artistic expression, but as a way to serve others and share a message of hope, healing, and love. Liberty University played an important role in shaping Lynda's vision for her life and career, as it allowed her to study the art of ministry alongside her musical endeavors. Rise to prominence. The Gaither Homecoming series. In the 1990s, Lynda Randle's career began to take off in significant ways. It was during this time that she joined the prestigious Gaither Homecoming series, a collection of gospel artists led by the legendary Bill and Gloria Gaither. The Gaither Homecoming series has long been one of the most well-known platforms in gospel music, and joining this ensemble introduced Lynda to a broader audience across the United States and beyond. Lynda's role within the Gaither vocal band was crucial in propelling her to national recognition. Her rich contralto voice and heartfelt delivery of gospel songs quickly won the admiration of audiences worldwide. She was not just a background vocalist but a standout artist who brought her own unique blend of emotion, power, and faith to every performance. Fans found her to be a source of both spiritual and emotional connection, as she often sang with a deep sense of vulnerability and authenticity. Her presence in the Gaither Homecoming concerts was magnetic, and she became a beloved figure within the gospel music community. Solo career and iconic hits. While Lynda's time with the Gaither Vocal Band was instrumental in her rise to fame, her solo career was equally pivotal in establishing her as one of gospel music's most cherished artists. In addition to her work with the Gaithers, Lynda released several albums that showcased her vocal versatility and unwavering commitment to the gospel message. Some of her most iconic songs, such as God on the Mountain, One Day at a Time, and Sheltered in the Arms of God, became staples in the gospel music canon, resonating with listeners across generations. Lynda's ability to convey deep emotion through her singing is one of the hallmarks of her music. Each song she sang became an extension of her own life experiences, faith, and the connection she shared with her audience. When she performed God on the Mountain, her delivery of the lyrics about God's faithfulness through life's highs and lows took on a personal weight, given the trials and joys she had experienced in her own life. Songs like One Day at a Time and Sheltered in the Arms of God also took on new meanings for her as she navigated life's hardships while still finding solace in her faith. Lynda's music was not only about her personal connection to God, but also about creating an atmosphere of healing and hope for her audience. Her concerts often transcended simple performances. They became opportunities for spiritual reflection and renewal. Lynda was a conduit through which listeners could find solace, and a reminder that God's love was unchanging, no matter the circumstances they faced. Advocacy and unity in the Christian community. Beyond her musical achievements, Lynda Randle has also been an advocate for unity and understanding within the Christian community. Throughout her career, she has used her platform to emphasize the importance of love, inclusivity, and reconciliation. In an era where cultural and racial divides sometimes seem insurmountable, Lynda has continually worked to bridge these gaps, offering a message of peace and understanding. Her gospel music, with its message of redemption and unity, has become a tool for fostering connection and healing across divides. Lynda's commitment to racial and cultural reconciliation has been an important part of her ministry. She has often spoken about the necessity of love and acceptance, especially within the church, and has made it her mission to foster a welcoming environment for all people. Her efforts to advocate for diversity and inclusivity within the Christian community have not gone unnoticed. Through her music and personal example, she has inspired many to take a more active role in fostering unity in both the church and the wider world. Family, a pillar of strength. Lynda Randle's personal life has also been a vital source of strength throughout her career. She is married to Michael Randle, a pastor and musician, and together they have 2 daughters, Patience and Joy. Their family has played an essential role in grounding Lynda, providing her with the love, support, and sense of purpose needed to continue her work in music and ministry. Family has always been a core value for Lynda, and she often speaks about the importance of balancing her role as a wife, mother, and artist. Lynda's relationship with her husband Michael has been a rock during times of trial, providing her with a sense of stability and emotional support. The couple has often found solace and strength in each other, navigating the challenges of balancing their demanding careers while raising 2 children in the faith. Her daughters, Patience and Joy, have become an important part of her life's narrative, representing the continuation of her mother's legacy of faith, love, and resilience. Lynda's deep devotion to her family has allowed her to remain grounded, and they continue to play a central role in her journey, both personally and professionally. The sorrow of loss, a personal tragedy. Despite her many successes, Lynda Randle's journey has not been without deep sorrow. One of the most profound moments of grief in her life came with the loss of her beloved mother. Her mother had been a guiding light for Lynda, instilling in her the values of faith and perseverance that would become the foundation of her career. Losing her mother was an experience that Lynda describes as a deep, soul-wrenching loss. It was not just the death of a loved one, but the loss of a mentor, a spiritual guide, and the person who had believed in her dreams since she was a child. The grief Lynda experienced was overwhelming, and in the months following her mother's passing, she struggled to reconcile the pain of her loss with the hope she had sung about for so many years. While she continued to perform and sing songs of comfort and faith, privately, She was wrestling with difficult questions. How could she continue to trust in God's plan when her heart was broken? How could she sing songs of hope when her own soul felt shattered? It was during this period of intense grief that Lynda leaned heavily on her faith and the support of her family. Her husband Michael provided a safe space for Lynda to grieve openly, while her daughters reminded her of the legacy of faith, love, and resilience that her mother had passed down to her. Her family became a source of solace, helping her navigate the pain of loss and find healing. Healing through music. Despite the overwhelming grief, Lynda Randle found a way to channel her pain into her music. She began writing and performing songs that spoke to the experience of loss and the hope of eternal reunion with loved ones. Through her music, she found a way to process her grief while also providing comfort to others who were facing similar struggles. Lynda's vulnerability during this period of mourning only deepened her connection with her audience. Fans who had experienced similar losses found comfort in her authenticity and in the way she expressed her emotions through her music. Lynda's concerts became not just performances, but spaces for collective healing, where people could grieve together and find hope in the shared message of faith and redemption. One of the most moving moments came during a performance of God Will Take Care of You, a song that had taken on new meaning for Lynda after the death of her mother. As she sang the lyrics, she shared her personal story with the audience, speaking candidly about her struggle to trust God's plan after her mother's death. The moment was deeply emotional, with the audience responding to Lynda's raw honesty and the peace that filled the room. It felt as if her mother's spirit was present, offering a sense of comfort and reassurance. Legacy of faith and music. Lynda eventually came to realize that her mother's legacy lived on in her work, her family, and her unwavering faith. She discovered that sharing her grief openly allowed others to confront their own pain and find healing. It also deepened her understanding of God's promises, that even in the darkest moments of loss, His love remains constant and steadfast. Through her vulnerability and her continued dedication to her craft, Lynda became not just a gospel singer, but a living testimony to the power of faith, family, and resilience. Today, Lynda Randle's music continues to uplift and inspire audiences around the world. Her legacy is a testament to the transformative power of faith and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Through her voice, she continues to minister to those in need of hope, love, and healing. And her music remains a source of comfort to many who find solace in the timeless message of redemption and grace. Lynda's story is not just one of success in music, but of triumph over adversity, of faith tested and strengthened, and of a life dedicated to spreading love, hope, and the message of God's enduring faithfulness. Through her career and personal journey, Lynda Randle has proven that even in the face of life's greatest challenges, the light of faith and love can guide us through.